Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Arese and this is episode 6 season 7 HGIT review. I am very pleased to announce that I did not complain about Dr. Elijah's shirts this whole review. Do you know why? Because he didn't wear shirts, he wore scrubs, and I had a complaint with the scrubs, but I'm gonna let it go. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. First things first, what is Shalewa's issue with Dr. Elijah? In the hospital, she seems like she's fine with him, but when he's like brought up, when Mommy Tiwa brings him up, she's always giving, what's the big deal? And I'm like, Mommy Tiwa wants to say thank you. What's so big there? It's almost like she's trying hard to push him away so that she doesn't fall for him. And then Dr. Elijah himself, like, you guys, I am such a hopeless romantic. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't matter how bad a movie is, but that's not true. To a large extent, if a movie is like, just give me love and I'm okay, because I have suddenly become an Elisha shipper. I'm shipping them, but like, to be very honest with you, there's a way he just had that makes me feel like, oh my god, this is so cute, oh my gosh. And then when he was like, oh, you know, I was thinking about, I'm like, oh, doctor, you're falling in love even in the theater. Like, even before she said, I hope you didn't forget anything, my head, I'm like, God, imagine me going for surgery, God forbid, or imagine someone being in like the theater and then their doctor, you're thinking, oh my god, I'm in the hands of the most capable person, and your doctor is thinking about a woman outside. But yeah, guys, I was feeling it. I liked that she turned him down, but I was just like, okay, doctor. Other than my lovebirds, every other thing in this episode was a bit dry, and I'm going to rush through it. First of all, we'll see is very impressive, and I would say she's impressive for one reason. How can you consistently be stupid? Like, what, 4 or 5 seasons in? Like, it's very impressive. The actress has done such a great job at convincing me that we'll see as a person is someone that you can never expect anything from, because she's not very smart, and I appreciate it, you know. Secondly, I'm very happy that Auntie Dupe has found love, but to be very honest with you, I could care less. I am so sorry, Auntie Dupe, but from the very onset, I have not really been a fan of the story. I just felt like, you know, they wanted it to seem like Mommy Tiwa had friends, or somebody at least that wasn't Tiwa or Shalewa, but I'm happy for her. And then 20 women, you know, it's fitting. Number 3, Derry and Kunle, I don't remember his name, but oh my gosh, you guys, what's going on there? What is wrong? Like, can somebody actually sit me down and tell me what's the storyline? Other than the back and forth banter, Alan and Admiralty, you know, cute, lovely banter, but like, really, what's the storyline there? You know, I'm not too sure. And then taking it to radio made me a bit like, is that how it works? You know, I know they've always done it, and I've always had an issue with the way they did it. Like, you know, something will happen in their lives and immediately Tiwa is talking about it on radio, or Didi or something. Fair enough. And then the last bit where she was walking and then he popped out of nowhere and he's like, oh, you know, you spoke about me on radio, and they had that mini flirting scene, and then it was like, but I'm thinking, like, were you waiting for her? Did you wait for her just for like that 3 minutes conversation? Like, are you guys jobless? Yeah, I don't really know what it is, but something about that like relationship is weird for me. Number 4, Mrs. Grace, aka Tana Adenana, what is your problem? Why are you explaining yourself? Did Mide tell you that he cares? Did he tell you that, oh my gosh, seeing you with a man made him feel a type of way? Why are you actually, he's just a girl, who cares? Anybody care about that? If he's a friend, or he's your cousin, or he's your husband, nobody gives a regular ass two-tap. Like, nobody cares, so let it go. Yeah, I do think that Mide has been written to be like one of the best characters, or one of the best male characters. Like, when they think of Mide, they're just like, he can't do no wrong, Mide is perfect, we're gonna make sure that, you know, Mide is that, because he says the right things, he does the right things. He's just, do they really, like, okay, on a serious note, guys, do you really find men like Mide in real life? Like, people like Mide, do they actually exist? Have you ever met someone that was like Mide? Because at this point, I'm thinking, why is Ndani doing this to us? They're raising our hopes and making us think that, you know, men like this actually exist. Where are we finding these men that are going to tell you everything, that you love everything that comes in Nigeria? Girl, come off it, bruh. Please be for real. I do like that they're exploring the whole like concept of how to have children without necessarily like birthing them. So Edith on one hand wants, like, you know, he wants to have children with Didi. fair enough. But Didi on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I don't really want to do this thing. I think I'm okay. So I like that they're exploring like blended families and also exploring how to like, you know, remove your mind from the stereotypical, you know, we have to have kids together to consummate this marriage. I don't know if that word is correct, but yeah, you know, I said what I said. This episode, it wasn't as short, but I would say it was a filler episode. So it was short. It was like 20 something minutes, but there wasn't like anything concrete. I also think that they're using Dr. Elijah and Shalewa as clickbait, because why were they the what do you call it, thumbnail? And I also feel like Dr. Elijah and Shalewa are not going to go anywhere. I think it's one of those things that they've introduced to get our hopes high, but in reality they are not really going to go anywhere. And he's just going to be like, oh, you know, it was nice, and then, you know, I hope they don't bring Mohammed back, because now I'm going to just be like, y'all are confused. Yeah, and then that whole thing about like, you know, media wanting them to go abroad, interesting. But I do feel like that's also their own way of telling us that Tiwa and media are going to leave the show. They will drag it on. They'll drag it on for a while, and then eventually they would leave. They would travel abroad, and that would be the end of Tiwa and Mide's. Maybe we'll be seeing them virtually or something. Remember that in this Mide, Ayola Yolola has more or less moved to the US, and that's sort of why he wasn't in TMC. I think he has a really strong connection to SGIT, and he came back for that. But I also do think that at some point they're going to have to remove him. So maybe this is me thinking, no. Hey, first of all, this is just me thinking. I'm just thinking, don't take my word for it. And if it doesn't happen, don't quote me. But if it does happen, know that Racy baby, you heard it here first. Yeah, I do think that they're going to take him out of the show, or they would use this to end the show. So basically him, because for how long is he going to like shuffle between Nigeria to shoot SGIT? You know, I'm sure that with the way current things are going, the money may not even be that big boom compared to USD. So this is just what I think. But yeah, I think that Mia was a bit ridiculous for planning and researching Jaqba without actually speaking to Tiwa about it, because anybody that knows Tiwa, anybody at all knows that, first of all, Tiwa is very family centered. She's very close to her sister and her mother. She's very big on, you know, having that support around her. So planning a Jaqba thing without even talking to her about it, for me, is like, be for real. Like, do you really think she's going to agree? And then also, who are you going to leave the station for? Like, these are some of the things that they should have discussed before he will not be like, oh, I'm researching into Jaqba. You know, you can't just, I know, head of the family, but you can't just up and make those rules or make those decisions. I like that Aditi told him, talk to her first, you know, even know whether she's going to agree, because you're wasting time if you don't know and you're just planning all these things. It's almost ridiculous. But yeah, that is it. Again, oh yes, there was something that I wanted to say. I really liked, so you know how, like, after Dr. Elijah, in fact, almost arrested me just now. After Dr. Elijah and Shalewa had spoken, and she was like, you know, I'm not really in that mind space right now to have this to date, and she left. I loved how, like, the camera lingered on him for a bit, and you could see him just like watching her. I don't know, it was very subtle, but I just really liked it, because it gave the one that got away, or like, you know, wanting something you can have, and you know how you just look at that thing longingly. That was how he, like, I really liked that. I don't know, I saw people complaining that they didn't like the way Dr. I feel like this was probably, that particular scene where he was talking to her outside was probably like my best scene with him so far. That one, and then also the one with Mommy Tiwa, but that was very like small. But I really liked how he acted out that scene. There are a few things that I've said, maybe he could have done it like this, but I hadn't, like, as far, oh, I'm complaining, I didn't have any complaints about that scene. So I don't know what you guys are saying. But then again, don't forget that I'm a lover girl, so maybe the love has blinded me now. So if there was anything in particular that you didn't really fancy, let me know in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about this episode. This is a very short review, but I wanted to show up and ensure that, you know, I stay consistent. I've done this for like 6, 7. Oh my gosh, guys, I hope I said the correct thing. I hope it's actually episode 6 and not episode 7. You know what, I don't know, this is the next episode. But yeah, I'm trying to stay consistent. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.